You almost couldn't invent it, could you? A former Qatari Prime Minister goes into Clarence House with a suitcase, and in it there's €1 million in 500 notes, a note that we no longer allow in this country for legal circulation or exchange in any way, because we know it is the money of the money launderers and the crooks and the criminals. But Prince Charles accepted it. Later on, there were more bags of cash, some in Fortnum and Mason's bags, a total of €3 million accepted in cash from Qatar, a country that not only has the highest CO2 output of any country in the world, but one whose human rights record is pretty abysmal. Now look, I'll declare an interest early on in this debate. Here was me in 2008 in the European Parliament following a speech from Prince Charles.
And in the last few months we've learnt that the North Polar ice cap is melting so fast that some scientists are predicting that in 7 years' time it will completely disappear in summer. Others think it will take a little longer. But the mere fact that such a development is conceivable at all is, you would have thought, yet another wake-up call as we sleepwalk our way towards the edge of catastrophe. For the lives of billions of people depend on your response, and none of us, I'm afraid to say, will ever be forgiven by our children and grandchildren if we falter and fail. Thank you.
So there we are. That was Prince Charles telling us the North Pole will be gone by 2015. It's still there, I think, Charles, but hey. And the eruptions, the applause in the Parliament, because he'd actually asked for the EU to have more power. So everybody was really, really jolly happy, apart from one relatively young MEP at the time. And I was there, and I just would not. You can see me there, sitting down, surrounded. I was then accused, of course, of being a Republican and many other things, which, of course, I am not at all. But I was worried that Prince Charles was pushing that message of climate alarmism. I was also mystified over the weekend that he had this to say at the Commonwealth Heads of Government Summit in Kigali.
While we strive together for peace, prosperity and democracy, I want to acknowledge that the roots of our contemporary association run deep into the most painful period of our history. I cannot describe the depths of my personal sorrow at the suffering of so many, as I continue to deepen my own understanding of slavery's enduring impact. If we are to forge a common future that benefits all our citizens, we too must find ways, new ways, to acknowledge our past. Quite simply, this is a conversation whose time has come.
You would have thought for all of that we were the only country ever in the world to have been involved in the slave trade. No mention of abolition, no mention of the Royal Naval Squadron driving it out from across the rest of the free world at a cost of over 2,000 dead Royal Navy sailors. But there we are. So my worries about Prince Charles is that he is overtly political in his campaigns. But now, I have to say, there is considerable doubt on his judgment after accepting cash from those people, and in €500 notes. He really couldn't make it up. And so my debate tonight that I want you to engage in, please, is Charles fit to be king?